Hi guys, welcome to my channel everybody, and thank you so much for watching. What's going on guys? I'm Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and also share this video. Let me quickly do a sound check to make sure that I am heard, because I do not want a repeat of what has been known to happen for some time now. Okay. Hello. This video. Okay. Let me quickly do no one's a repeat. Okay, so yeah, I can hear myself. Thank you guys so much for being here. What's going on, guys? Waiting to happen, waiting to sup. So Nanny is back with more. So we're gonna talk about the live video that she did, and we're gonna break that down a little bit as far as I can go. So there's a lot that was said. So I'm just gonna break down as much as I possibly can with regards to this situation. So before we do that, I want to talk about the exchange that JEEBA had with somebody during the live stream. So I want to talk about the exchange. Let me see. So JEEBA was live and somebody commented something and JEEBA responded. So this was what, and then JEEBA responded in the moment. And then today, I believe it was, she came back again and wrote a whole page, a whole reply with regards to what the person said. I think the person mentioned something about quote unquote easy money. And JEEBA decided, first of all, she responded to the person while the person made a comment, while the person was live. Please, if you're coming in, please do me a solid and just be hitting the like button as you come in, please. Thank you so much. So JEEBA made the she responded to the person while she was live, and then she also made a long post, like a whole day plus after the person made a post, I believe. So I have something to say about that. Yeah. So I'm going to read what JEEBA said, and then I'm going to read the person's response, and then I'll give my opinion. So JEEBA posted and said, "Hi friends, please let me precise this. Let me premise this. Okay, let me premise this by saying that no human on earth owes me a dime, aside aside from Justin, who owes me a reimbursement and a massive apology at least. Nonetheless, I remain grateful for every single dollar or cent that complete strangers have opened up their purses to help me. The generosity makes me deeply emotional as a girl who grew up without parents, who she could come to during financial hardship. During yesterday's live, it rubbed me the wrong way to see ignorant comments about how I have taken the route of quote unquote easy money. In my opinion, easy money only comes from theft, exploitation, or insider trading. If my goal was easy money, then I would have already shared every horrible thing. Our package Okay, I would have already shared every horrible thing or package it in a much more consistent way, aka doing constant live videos like JD. But you just let me keep my mouth shut. Like JD, instead of prioritizing my mental, for transparency, I will disclose that I have earned less than 25% of my I've earned less than 25% of mine since opening up about my experience. Here's my credit card bills for covers, hostels, and hotels. I've had to book while living at his place as quote unquote payment. Everything comes at a price. Thus, my desperate search for peace of mind happened to be costly and disorienting last minute getaway. Thank you again to everyone who has supported me financially or spiritually. Female wisdom and sisterhood are true gifts I'm receiving on this journey, with a bunch of hashtag. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you. Are you still here? Because this just popped up on my screen as soon as I came back on the screen. Thank you so much for the 1999 super sticker. I appreciate you, babe. Okay, so she went on this tangent, right? And the person that she was speaking to obviously responded. And the person came back and the person says, I was the one that stated easy money. And if that offended you, I apologize. But let's not go down a road that you are choosing to be on a dead end. Any and everyone on social media knows that it is easy money, meaning you don't have to clock in and out because you make your own hours. Just be clear. I am on I just to be clear, I am on any black woman's side that wants to better themselves. However, just like you, don't back down. So let's choose peace. Sorry, the writing is very small, the way I screenshotted it. So that's the reason why I'm having a hard time reading. So this was what the person, thank you so much, Joyce. I appreciate you. So this was what the person posted. And I'm looking at this situation. I'm just like, first of all, in JEEBA's defense, not even in JEEBA's defense, in anybody's defense, I don't think doing social media is quote unquote easy money. The way people say it out to be, it's not easy money. Okay, when you're working for somebody, right? When you're working a 9 to 5 or anything like that, you're basically following the lead that somebody else has already dictated. You basically follow others. This person say do this. You might go above and beyond with regards to following the other, but you're still following others. You're still following instructions that people have dictated. So I want people to stop feeling as if doing social media, and I don't mean just cranking up, like if you're doing social media the right way, people that are watching you will think that, oh, it's so easy, but it's not. It looks easy because by the time you come here, you turn on your cameras or your phone or whatever, everything just seems seamless because you've already been putting enough work. You've already done enough to make things just seem like seamless, and everything is working like a well-oiled machine, right? But that's not really the case. Okay, the only everything takes a lot of planning. Social media, it might look as though the person just rolled out of bed and turned on the camera. Even that was planned before time. It takes a lot of mental work, and that's the same attitude when people say, oh, easy money for Cora because she does social media. It makes me laugh because they don't understand the level of work planning that goes into it. It might appear as though she just woke up and she turned on the camera and she started doing live video. That's not always the case. Sometimes you have to write a script. And if you're really good at doing your job as a social media content creator, then nobody will know that everything you had to write a script, you had to structure everything, you have to arrange when you are going live, what you are going to do, how you're going to do your content and everything. It takes a lot of work. And also it is even more stressful since you're the one, you're your own boss, you're your own employee, you're your own everything. So it falls on you. Decision making falls on you. Everything you have to do falls on you. So I think people, because this is the same mindset, like this is something that we hear a lot when Cora haters are talking about, oh, get a job, get a job. Oh, easy money. There is absolutely nothing easy about social media. Again, if you want the easy way, if you see people that are just like just winging it, you will also know. You know what I mean? But for the most part, this notion that, oh, it's so easy, it could not be further from the truth. A lot of work goes into it. A lot of work. Do you know how many people want to do social media and succeed doing social media? A lot of people are doing social media. Not everybody is succeeding. Not everybody is doing enough to be able to like buy a house or do something or even pay off your bills or whatever. Not a lot of people are able to do that. Because to do that, it takes a lot of work. It's like somebody, for example, what's that lady's name? I don't know her name, but her channel is like lifestyle or something something. Can't remember her. Her name is Sonia or something. I don't remember. She's a Nigerian. She lives in the UK. The one that Nancy Ume went to visit recently. So that lady, if you look at the kind of content that she creates, if you look at how much work goes into a 3-minute video, like on days that she will be doing her braids, braiding her hair by herself, do you think it took her 3 minutes to braid her hair by herself? It probably took the entire day to braid her hair by herself. But then she will then condense all of the action to a 3-minute video and then post it. And then somebody will come and say, oh, it's easy money. Let's retrain our minds away from that. Okay. Yes, Olivia, thank you. Let's retrain. Hi, July. Let's you know Somebody says, PegAlot, Jade, you can really find the right title to match this with man. Listen, JEEBA gave me a gift, okay? When she talked about that peg, listen, the possibilities, all of the things I could do with that information are endless, let me tell you. All the things I could do with that information, endless, 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 endless. Let me tell you. Yeah, you know, it takes a lot. Or is it when she's doing cooking videos and the video is only like 4 minutes, or because she condensed it, she probably spent the entire day cooking, in addition to having to cater to her baby. So I want people to remove our mind from that. Oh, doing social, because the reason why I even feel like I need to talk about this is because this is the same narrative that Kora's haters always like to use when they're bullying her. They will say things like, oh, go and get a real job. This is not a real job, because they think because she wakes up and she's dancing, they think there was no brain work that went into the content that she chose to produce the next day. They think, oh, she just woke up and she just turned on a camera. It's way more than that. It's a lot more than that. And so I just wanted to say that before I proceed with what else I was going to say. So with all of that being said, okay, I want to say something about JEEBA. JEEBA wants all the glorification of coming out, all the accolades, all the high fives, all the other girl that comes with coming out to expose this man. But she doesn't want any type of pushback. If you even as much as question her motive, you will just see her flare up. You see her lose her mind. You see her start talking about all this. It doesn't even work that way. If it would have been easy for you to get the money from Justin supporters, then get the money from Justin supporters. When Cora supporters are noticing things that is not sitting well, they have a right to express. If they think that, okay, there is something going on here, especially when you're talking about money, oh, it's me, or the money I spent on this man, or the other, all my things that are now, like when you talk about that, especially considering what you have said with your own mouth, that the only reason why you came out is because he didn't do right by you. There are some people that might say, oh, let's just ignore all of the things that you have done, the parts that you played. Let's just sweep it under the rug and support you because now you are coming out to expose. That's not me. That can never be me. You know what I mean? So when Korah supporters are looking at you, especially some of the things that you say, and they are calling you out or they are expressing their, feelings about certain things, you don't like, don't take it personal. Don't lose your mind about it. Because this conversation, again, this is all purely based on your own rhetoric. This is purely based on the things that you yourself have said. You, with your own mouth, you have said that if he had done right by you, you would not even be here. That the only reason why you're here is because he didn't do right by you. So all these things that you're not exposing. So imagine, tell me, what kind of a person, a lot of us, if we say we are smart and we're intelligent and we are able to like be critical, what kind of a person are we going to be if we're just going to turn a blind eye or turn a blind ear to what you have said? Like, you were in that house for as long as you were in that house. All the things that you're speaking on now, all the things you're talking about now, you were there. You had no issues with it. So if you were okay with it, as long as you and Sir PegAlot were good, then don't make it an issue now that Sir PegAlot has done something to you. You know what I mean? Don't make it a thing now that Sir PegAlot has done something to you. Don't make it now. And then she also said that if this was about money, she would have done this a long time ago. I have seen videos where people are coaching you on how to create your own content. Probably the reason why you didn't come out and start doing your own content sooner is because you didn't think that you were going to do well, people were going to pay attention. But now that you're getting all this support from Korah supporters, you feel like you are energized and you want to come out and you want to like talk about all these things. You were probably scared that Korah supporters are not going to give you the time of day, and his supporters are going to bully you back into hiding. And now realizing that, oh, you can actually, these people actually, they hear, they want to listen. So there is a strength that comes with that. And that is okay. Anybody can support whoever they want to support. That's not my issue. Okay. But when people see something and they experience something or they notice something and they want to call you out, like this person who was basically talking about how about whatever it was that triggered all of this conversation, that person has a right to express his or herself, especially when that person can just, it's not hard, unless again there are people who want to sweep things under the rug, there are people who want to turn a blind eye to things. That is not me. But unless you're one of those who want to turn a blind eye, you won't let some of the things that JEEBA has been saying be lost on you. The regret, like I have followed this JEEBA situation, and the regret, in my opinion, that I sense from JEEBA is that he didn't do right by her. If this man had paid JEEBA everything, none of this would have come out now. If this man had kept the promise that he made, none of this would have come out. And none of this would have come out. And even though she was already planning to leave, if he had not kicked her out before the time that she wanted to leave, and if he had paid her everything, all these things now that she's talking about, none of it would have come out. So people have a right to express that. People have a right to express that. And to say, oh, if this was about money, you would have been doing videos every day. That's because you didn't know. You're just now figuring it out. At first, there is also the concern, I think, that you'll be wondering, will anybody even pay attention to me? Will anybody even want to even be in my, to even hear what I have to say about this man. That's number one. And number two, will anybody even accept me? Number three, there are so many reasons. Number three, you didn't know how to do it. Like I said, I have watched videos where people are coaching you on how to go live and how you should go live and giving you morale boosts on how to go live. Okay. I'm reading the comments. I don't understand. You know what I mean? So these are the things that we need to really, don't get angry when people are questioning your motive. Don't get angry. I've seen people who really from day one, from day one, where Korah supporters supporting Korah and all these other things, the motives still get questioned, let alone somebody who was aiding and abetting a man, even being a co-conspirator in his plot. You're trying to like twist it now and say, oh, you didn't know, you just did it so that peace to reign. You went and served Korah the restraining order, whatever, and the whatever it was that you served Korah just for peace to reign. You might use all the excuses in the world, but you still did it. You are a co-conspirator in whatever plot he was doing. So when people who have seen, who have listened, who have paid attention, who are not moved by their resentment towards Sir PegAlot, people who are saying, yeah, we dislike Sir PegAlot, we don't like what he has done, but we still need to call you out. You know what I mean? So those people who are like, wait, who want to question the motive, they have every single right to question your motive. They do. If you don't want to be questioned, then don't come on social media and be asking for money. Okay? So, somebody said, Jade, look at this comment. Okay. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone now. Okay. So if you don't want, if you don't want anybody to question it, then don't come here. Don't come asking for support. Don't accept it. You know? Let me see. Somebody says I say one thing and I change. I never do that. I never say one thing. Anybody, if you've been following me, I don't know what this loser is talking about, but if you've been following me, you know my position on this nanny situation. You know where I have always stood with regards to this nanny situation. Until thy kingdom come, I'm going to stand there. Okay, because I'm not going to say, because now that she's coming out now, I'm going to just roll over and pretend and not question the things that I have in my, like the things that are troubling about this whole situation, especially when every single chance she gets, she talks about how she didn't want to come out and expose him, to the point where she literally, in spite of all the things that she's exposing about him, she literally signed a post NDA saying that she will not go after him in spite of everything. This was prior to her leaving, though. Okay, ish has already hit the fan. Prior to her leaving, she signed a post NDA. Usually, NDA pre NDA NDAs are supposed to be signed prior to even doing anything, prior to even exposing yourself to that person, you know. But this person signed a post NDA while things were bad. At the time, they both realized that no, two of us cannot be in the same roof. I'm about to leave. She actually signed a post NDA asking that they not talk badly about each other. And the only thing that she wants, even in spite of everything that she's now saying now, that the only thing that she wants is that he writes a good reference. Whenever she gets another job and she uses him for reference, that he says glowy things about her. But all of a sudden, he's all these things, and she started to notice all these things about him, just within about 3 weeks. She said 3 weeks of moving in with him, and then she ended up staying 7 months. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Let's not play with ourselves like that, I beg. They say Spirit Airline filed for bankruptcy. Spirit Airline, I have never heard. Spirit Airline is the butt of a joke of any conversation. Like, I have never heard anything positive about Spirit Airline. Like, they literally are the butt of the joke. It's about time they filed for bankruptcy. That is so funny and sad. You know what I mean? Percy says, in my opinion, she's still randomly throwing. She is. And people are not seeing this because they're so blinded with rage and for what they see about him and what they don't like. She is. I agree with you, Percy. She is. Joyce said that person has not been listening to you to understand. Exactly. Not been listening. I guess they think because some people don't have sense, right? They don't have common sense. They don't understand the art of, being neutral. Yes, I spoke about how nobody should look at people doing social media and say it's easy money, because it's not easy. It doesn't mean that I'm going to side with everything that JEEBA is saying. I have been very vocal about my opinion about JEEBA. Probably why she hasn't even contacted me, which is fine. I love that, because I'm not gonna like compromise my morality or my beliefs, what I think about her with regards to this situation, because I want her to like me. No, I don't want to do that. I won't compromise. And I also don't want a situation where she will come here and I'll start asking her the tough questions, and then it will appear as though I'm badgering her, So it's better this way. Let her be doing her interviews and talking. I'll be here analyzing for the people that really want an honest opinion about this. Because till tomorrow, even the last video that she did, she was still talking about how none of this would have happened. She would not have come out. She would not have said anything had he paid her what he owes her. So what that tells me is that what you're doing now, revealing the atrocious life that these innocent children that you claim to love and you did this and that, what you're doing now, exposing their living condition, you're not doing it out of the so-called love that you have for them or the concern that you have for them. You're doing it simply because he wronged you. So it's hard for me to take somebody like that seriously. It really is hard. Okay? It really is hard for me to take somebody like that seriously when you sat on all this information, all these things that you knew from day one that these were a really bad situation, poor living condition. You sat on it. You stayed. Even when you were leaving, even after everything had fallen apart, even after your relationship had fallen apart, you were still willing to leave. You had no problem. You were still going to go. As long as you guys sign the post NDA, that none of you would bash each other or say mean, nasty things about each other. So it's hard for me to take somebody like that seriously, because tomorrow she's still talking about how she would have um she would not have come out, she would not have said anything had he paid her. For me, like I said from day one, this is giving a scorned woman. In one of her other conversations, she said that she doesn't want kids. She said she doesn't want kids. Maybe because, and this is me not diagnosing her, and this is me not judging her in any way. Like I have always said, people have a right. I'm a humanist. And that means people have a right to do whatever they want. Okay. When I have been called a feminist in before. When people want to insult me, they want to like cuss me out for taking whatever stance I have taken, they'll call me a feminist. I always correct them and say, no, I'm not a feminist. I'm a humanist. I believe everybody has a right to do whatever they want to do, as long as they are not hurting babies, children, as long as they are not hurting the adults, older people, defenseless people, as long as they're not hurting animals, as long as they are not hurting people who cannot defend themselves, as long as they're not hurting anyone, do whatever you like. So in that same energy, I'm saying, because I have heard her say that she doesn't want to have kids. When she said, and I said, do you? Congratulations, I love that for you. Live your life. When she said that, I was like, this is probably why she's even more hurt at what happened, because she saw J and A, and she saw an already in her mind, an already made life. So she doesn't want to have children. She met this guy who has two beautiful kids, but who are biracial, and this guy is white. So it will not even be a question if four of them are seen outside. People who are watching them will automatically say, oh, maybe she's their mother. So she saw a situation that she really thought, yes. Because if you remember, she's always talking about, I wanted a family. Now I have to go and look for another family. I wanted a family. Who here remembers that? Who here remembers whenever she would say, I have the video, whatever I talk about, I have the video, I have the post, okay? I have the the text messages that she and he were sending back and forth. I have everything. Okay, so but who here remembers whenever she would say, "Oh, I wanted my family," like she really really considered. She really thought she had found a family in Sir PegAlot and his girls. She really felt that. So when I heard her say that she doesn't even want to have kids, everything just started to make sense. I was like, oh, this is why. This is why she's so pained, because she really thought she has found an ideal situation for her. All she needed to do was to land. And she was so hard. This was why she played along when he was saying that she should help him get full custody. This was why she played along. She, in her mind, she was probably thinking, fine, so he wants full custody. I'm going to help him get full custody, and we can all sail into sunset together, leaving the biological mother of the children in the dust. I can't get on board with that. I can't get on board with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because if you're coming into a situation that is more than 1 year, almost 2 years, and you are jumping into it before taking side, do your due diligence. Research the situation. But she saw a situation that she can actually just, insert herself in. She built dreams in her head of what she was going to do with Sir PegAlot and J and A. She had already planned everything. That's why she went on board. That's why she went on board. So I can't get on board with that. I'm sorry. I cannot ignore. I'm not that kind of person that can just blow, like, just, ignore things because, oh, she's doing an expose on Sir PegAlot, especially when you know the reason why she's doing it. She has made it very clear the reason why. It was all good. Even in the last end, when they wrote their post NDA, they agreed that she wrote it by herself. She was the one that jotted everything, that they were not going to talk, that even in spite of everything that she supposedly witnessed, she was still going to ask for a glowing review from him. No, no. And she needs to, like, I mean, she's a grown woman, she can do whatever. But if you are expecting support, assistance from people, you need to, like, be ready for what comes. If anybody wants to ask you a question, if anybody wants to question your motive, if anybody wants to question certain things that you have said, they have a right to do that. They have a right to do that. Yeah. Because there are so many people who have, done bad things. And now they want to come because they feel like, oh, if he's, because what this is giving, okay, if I'm not going to get money from his supporters, I'm going to try and get money from her supporters. I'm not saying nobody should give people should not give, but I'm just saying that's how it's looking like to me. To me. Okay? So that's all I know about this. Because every time she gets so defensive when people are asking, so was she really just expecting that she was just going to waltz her way into Korra supporters, and then people are just going to be like, oh, let's just ignore that you were the one that served this woman. You were the one that served her. So let's just forget that she did all these things because now she's exposing him. That's all that matters. That's not all that matters to me, especially when I take into account everything else that she did. That's not all that matters to me. So let me go ahead and play the particular. I don't even want to play the rest of our videos anymore, honestly. Let me play this particular one.
NBC reached out and just found me on TikTok
and then she's talking. There's something else that she said about what was it that she said? Oh, let me remember so that even if I'm paraphrasing, I'll be close to the way that she said it. She was talking about, it'll come to me when I play this video. It'll come to me.
Looking back, I'm like, my content sucked, and I only had like 2 videos even referencing chess. Oh yeah, he's like, I knew you were funny. He's like, I specifically wanted to pitch a chess player. I told them, I had faith in you, and he pitched me to this agency, and I made it to the final interview of this show. But I'm like, I ran it by Justin, and I was like, hey, they'll be filming at the end of August, and it'll be like during my birthday.
Percy said he probably told her that Kale supporters are generous. I don't even think he needed to tell her that. Like, she saw everything playing. She might, even though she's not trying to act as if, oh, I didn't know a lot of what was going on. I didn't know this and I didn't know that. She did. She was in the thick of it. Okay, the timeline that she gave with regards to where she was in the thick of it. So she saw when people were supporting Cora financially. So she knows. She knows, and she felt like, what, let me go to them, because she know that his supporters are not going to get, like, she's not going to get a shishi from his supporters, so yeah.
September, which would be amazing. It sounds like fate. Like what? Like would you be
Joyce says, so true, Jay. She planned it all for herself, but the thing went down. Yeah, and now she wants to come and question why people are questioning her motive. Everyone has a right to question whatever they want to question. If people feel a type of way about the things, about the things that they are seeing based on the things that she's sharing and talking about, people have a right to question. They do.
able to like be okay with the kids? And he was like, everybody leaves me eventually, so just whatever. Obviously, it wouldn't be great for me. I prefer you stay. What? So it's like me just trying to be too helpful, and not helping myself in the end. He was in a Netflix documentary about what? Clowns, cults.
Iris says exactly, Jane. No way she didn't know, in my opinion. Yeah, she knows. She knows. She saw everything. But it's easier to say, oh, I didn't know, than, you know, than admit that she knew what was going on.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily call this easy money, but thank you. I appreciate it, Latanya. None of it is easy. I like Pinky in the Brain. It's my sister and I.
So the comment, she responded and said, I wouldn't, she was reading the person's comment, and she said, I wouldn't call this easy money. She got really offended. Okay. And she was calling, insinuating that whoever it was being ignorant and this and that and the third, you know, give me a break.
And realistically, if I were just focusing on, I guess publishing all of the non-Justin related content that I've made in the past 2 years, since I've been, I don't know, too scared of people to share my stuff. Like realistically, I could just get money in a more non-man related, legitimate way in the same time period if I were just more focused. So I wouldn't necessarily call anything easily money. Oh yes, let me read this angry comment. Get an effing life. Okay, amazing. I'd love to. Take your time and go join the military. Join and serve America! How dare you?
So somebody in the comments suggested that she joined the military or something to serve America. Listen to what she responded to that person.
How dare you just serve the military? Go back and serve the devil. Never say that to me or any black person again. Serve the military? I'd rather serve this other white man for free. Get out of my face.
So, oh my God. So, according to her, she's already served this white man for free. Why does everything have to be tied back to Sir PegAlot? Why? Like, she's obsessed with him. And she wants to come out with this righteous indignation, like this, oh, virtue signaling. Oh, I'm above this. My country rejected. The other time she was talking about how her country rejected colonialism, but then you ended up serving. Why does she always have to tie everything back? Perhaps the reason why the person was telling her to go and serve the military was because they figured, you know what, maybe you might get some type of structure. You might get some type of discipline. A lot of people have served in the military who were maybe discombobulated, disorganized, did not know, where they were going. They have no direction. And they went into the military, and the military taught them discipline. And the military taught them discipline, and the military gave them structure, which later on helped. I absolutely understand. Looking at JEEBA, these types of advice can only come from somebody that is very, very observant and very smart, who's paying attention, who's basically saying, like, who kind of understand and feels like this is what she might need. Because she's all over the place. She doesn't talk to family members. She doesn't get along with her parents, stepdad and a father or whatever. She has nothing but negative things to say. She doesn't have a place to stay. I see how advising her to join the military can be something that the person would have suggested based on how disorganized her life is. I mean, otherwise, tell me why you will pack up and go and move into a home with somebody that you met on Tinder, in addition to all the other stories that she has told. She seems like she doesn't have direction, and she seems like somebody that will gain a lot from joining the military. But somehow she managed to tie it back to PegAlot, making it basically saying, oh, she's already served one white man. If you're so resentful of white men, why are you in a white man land? Not a white man land. We know they stole the land. We know Christopher Columbus stole the land. We know that. But why are you here? You know what I mean? So that's the thing that is not quite like, it's not making any sense to me, honestly. It's not making any sense to me. She seemed to have this resentment for the white man. She seemed to have a lot of resentment for the system, but you're here. If at any point I start feeling like I don't belong here anymore, I don't like what's going on, I don't want to be here anymore, I no longer respect, the system here, I will pack my things jejele and go. But she always has this energy to like say disparaging things about the system, whereas, you're still here. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand it. Anything say I tried to send you coffee and send you. Oh, thank you for the coffee. I'll check it out later. Thanks. So, Jenny says can't join the military with these alleged mental health diagnosis. Yeah, that's another thing. The military want people that are functioning properly. They just want you to be functioning in your best of health so that they can damage you. They want people that are well so that they can carry them there, damage them, and come back. So yeah, there is that. And also speaking about mental, I'm not this is just my observation. When she said that she doesn't want to have kids, I kind of understood. Now, people have different reasons why they don't want to have kids. There are some people who do not want to have kids because they feel like they have a type of genetic disorder that they do not want to transfer to an offspring. So they will opt to not have kids so that whatever it is ends with them. So because of what I have heard, when I heard her say she doesn't even want kids, it makes sense to me that, oh, maybe she doesn't want to have kids because she doesn't want to transfer. Again, like I said, there are so many reasons why people don't want to have kids. There are some kids who do not want to there's some people who do not want to have kids because of what the world is like right now. They don't think the world is good enough and safe enough and a better place enough for them to procreate and bring another human because of all the sufferings and everything that is going on. So people make those decisions and they are valid in their feelings, So there's so many reasons. But when I said that, it was interesting because that was the first thing that crossed my mind because she has mentioned in the past all these diagnoses that she supposedly have. And then I was thinking that there are some people who really intentionally make the decision not to have kids because they've seen the sufferings that they themselves have endured, while dealing with their own issues or whatever. And they do not wish that on anybody. If they can avoid procreating and bringing somebody into this life, they will do it because they don't want somebody else to suffer what they have been suffering, on account of them bringing them into this world, you know. So, um, so at the end of the day, so I was like, oh, I guess she felt like this was going to be like a win-win for her. She has made the decision that she's not going to have kids. And then here comes this person with two beautiful girls, felt like, oh, this was by this divine intervention, some type of divine intervention. So, and if you're already erratic in your thoughts, if you already have issues, if you're already having a hard time, you can't see anything, you can't perceive any single situation as a sign, as a seal of approval for you to do what you want to do, or for whatever decisions you have made in your life. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, when she tied it back to, somebody said, again, I absolutely understand the reason why somebody would have suggested that. I absolutely understand why somebody would have suggested that she went into the military, but she's somehow like, I feel like she's a little bit obsessed that she tied it back to him again. That was kind of weird to me, anyways.
Get on your ass and get my ass off homelessness. How can I? Well, I'd like to get off homelessness. That doesn't make sense. Get off homelessness in the Jersey. Okay. How are you gonna help me do that? Because I assume this comment is productive. How are you gonna help me get off homelessness? Even though, I mean, I feel like I'm in a home. It's an Airbnb, but I feel like there's four walls.
Yeah, but it's not permanent. You don't have money, you're not working, you don't have a job to sustain yourself. It's not, this is homelessness. Just because you have a roof over your head today does not mean people that are living in shelter, they are homeless. That's the reason why they are living in shelter. So yeah, you do have an Airbnb today and you are maxing out your credit card to pay for it. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for you. Nobody knows where you're going to go tomorrow. You're having to rely on the mercy of others. So that's homelessness. Yes, you do have a roof right now, but it's temporary.
But Juju Lover Max, that's not the name. Oh, there's an option to ban or suspend. No. I mean, maybe they can come up with something funny and I'll be offended. Hi.
Hit the like button, guys, please.
Yeah, people
Facebook.
are strange. Thank you, Adma. Somebody with a brain. She's not homeless, she's in a home, literally. It's winter outside. A home is a priority. I'm living my life month to month, which is not ideal, but
Iris says personally, what puts me off totally was her delusion of being in a position to quote unquote mold those children in her own words. Looking at the whole issue, she should start to mold herself in the first place to not end in this kind of situation. Exactly. Yeah, and she's 29. Exactly. Exactly. Like, it doesn't even, like, seriously, you're talking about molding children. You want to mold somebody else's children. They have a mother and a father. They have a mother who is present. Every action that she took tells me that she just wanted to replace their mother. She was in for it. She was in for it. She wanted to replace their mother. That is the gospel truth. Talking about wanting to be like a positive influence. Are you saying that their mother is not a positive influence? Because if they have a positive influence, you cannot. Uh,
I'm currently indoors. I feel. You know, there's a coffee table and everything. It feels pretty indoors to me. But I hope anybody who is saying that is also donating to their local homeless shelter since they're so concerned. We gotta keep everything productive, okay? There's no there's literally no point in just like insulting conversation for the sake of insulting conversation, you know.
She does not want to be held accountable at all. She does not want to be held accountable. To whom much is given, much is expected. Sorry.
Keep it moving forward. Like, you know, life is short, the world is ending. Okay, does anybody have any specific question before I go and continue cleaning up my house? Or what is it called? Or work on my schedule or my resume? Any of the productive things that I should be doing on a sexy Saturday? You must consider writing that man. Oh my god, a second book about that man? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So listen to this conversation, yeah. Somebody suggested that she should write a book, and then she said, "Oh, write a second book about that man," meaning she knows that Cora has already. She actually went on to, reveal that she knows that Cora has written a book. But then she says she's not going to write a book, but she's maybe a lifetime a lifetime movie. She's not going to write a book, but maybe a lifetime movie. Listen, oh.
He didn't even deserve the first book. I'm glad that Cora got it off her chest. If any second book about that man on a sexy Saturday. You must consider writing that man. Oh my god, a second book about that man? That's crazy. That's crazy. He didn't even deserve the first book. I'm glad that Cora got it off her chest. If anything, it would be, for me, it would be a Lifetime movie about, let's see.
If anything, it'll be a lifetime movie. All of them, they all want to be like Cora. They all want to be Cora. Ultimately, this is what is driving them. This is what is clouding their judgment and causing them to run after a man that they have no business running after, to collude with a man that they have no business colluding with. Ultimately, it's about trying to be in competition with Cora. Now she's talking, she's not going to write a book, but she maybe a lifetime movie. Let her tell you what she's going to do.
Oh, a wannabe Hollywood doctor cosplaying as someone who's not a quack. Who's also doing what? Ooh, maybe like chopping up the bodies of black women. You know, a metaphor for how he's ruining their lives while they're still present on Earth. Yeah, people are very interesting. Or it would be maybe a children's cautionary tale. It would be a fairy tale, but I would never directly write a book about that man. You know, someone who they want a memoir. Yeah, he's someone who would write a memoir that nobody asked for, so I would not do the easy work for him and write a book. Yeah, he did. I don't want to mess up your name. That's why I'm seeing. Is it Nikan?
Nobody should mention anybody's page here, please. Don't do that here. Delete that comment, please. You know yourself. So at this point, she muted herself, or something happened with the volume that something happened with the volume, and basically, let me see some comment here. I says she was even using the phrase quote unquote parenting. Yeah, that really rubbed me the wrong way. Talking about how she couldn't parent with him. You're not a parent. If you really are like a childcare provider, a professional childcare provider, or a professional nanny, you would know that you don't use the word, you don't use the phrase parenting when you're talking about the children that you're supposed to be minding. Like, who talks like that? She was saying parenting, parenting. Again, it's you. She said one thing, but her subconscious was always giving her away. You know, she'll say one thing, but her subconscious will give her away. She wants you to believe one particular thing, but that's not the case. And her subconscious always gave her away what she really, really wanted. What she really, really wanted. Anyways, Ari says, but I will never believe she didn't do her research. She knows she can come here and lie all she wants. She knows exactly what he was about, and she was a very willing participant. And now that she has now been burned by him, all of a sudden she wants to come and play the victim. That's all I see here, and that is my opinion, and I am standing by that 100%. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button and also share. I will catch you later. When she first talked, she said she wants to continue seeing the girls. The bloggers told her that's wrong and their mom won't allow it. Yeah, she want to keep seeing. I was even watching, and yeah, I actually remember I can't remember. I do remember her saying that's what she wants. She want to continue to see them. She want to be in their lives. Why would you want to be in their lives? Like, seriously? You just met them. So now your existence has now been tied to them. Maybe she needs to go and see a psychiatrist. Maybe they can diagnose her with BPD or something. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Is this how she tries to attach herself to every other person that she claims she has worked with? Because she always talks about how she's worked with this person and worked with that family. She's worked with billionaire tech, Silicon Valley people, blah blah blah. Is this how she's? Is this how she tie herself to them? Is this how she tries to attach herself to them? Is that why none of those people want to ever have anything to do with her? Does she have a restraining order? Is that the reason why she's having to rely on PegAlot for a glowy review because she cannot go to none of the other people that she has worked with or worked for because she ties herself to them? Again, I see a lot of BPD thing going on here. Not trying to diagnose, but I see a lot of it just flying around. Okay. Wanting to be a part of their lives. No, you can't be a part of their lives. You cannot be a part of their lives. Not after even if you didn't do anything. It was just a job. It was just a hookup. It was just something it was just something temporary. You know. Now that that whole situation has end, ended, move on. Move on. Very, very weird. Very, very weird that she was referring to her situation with Sir Pegalot as parenting, couldn't parent with you. I'm like, parent with you? Hey, is there something that you guys agreed upon that the rest of us don't know? Parent? That was weird to me. That was really, really weird. Hmm. That was really weird. The way that all of a sudden she's just like wanting to be in the life of the kids. Now, wow. But who do you blame? Somebody that will just meet a random on a dating site because he doesn't want to pay, He doesn't want to pay for childcare. We'll just invite them. As long as you can see, you can walk, you can talk, you can come. Like that is so crazy. That is so crazy and so wild. Um, yeah, yeah. Ari says to come out with a special to come out with the story of her very special encounter with him would do her absolutely no favor for her future and future working relationship. Yeah, she needs to leave J and A alone, and Cora. She needs to leave them alone. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you later.